बाजरा सर
ग्राउंडनट, ग्राउंडनट्स नहीं था? Why it changed? What's the reason it changed? Now you have two major crops. One is soybean,
cotton.
another one is cotton.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
They are the major crops. Why?
Changing the
Anybody want to have an idea? Tell me. Otherwise, no problem. What is the reason it changed?
changing the lifestyle of the people.
You are eating soybean daily?
No sir.
No, no. Then answer is self-answered. What? How do you change the people's life? You don't eat soybean. Neither you. So it's changing everything to cotton was there before also in Maharashtra, right?
Yes sir.
Cotton was there for a long time. Yes. Give the phone, the microphone.
Both are cash crops.
What do you mean by cash crop? Why I ask these questions is you are the future leaders. You must understand. What do you mean by cash crop? When I produce, I get immediately money, correct?
Yes.
That is the wrong concept people are talking. Sugar can also you get cash crop.
Yes, sir.
And why soybean cash crop came? Soybean didn't exist before that 50 years, 60 years. Why that time sunflower oil was the cash crop?
Yes.
What's the reason? No idea. Anybody has an idea? Okay. Anybody comes from farmer's field, we will answer all those things. Okay. We will just collecting the questions now. Anybody from farmer's background? Anybody खेती करता है कोई? आप बोल दो. आप नहीं करता ना, उनको देना. माइक उनको देना. आप बोल दो. क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम है आपके हिसाब से?
खाद महंगा है,
हाँ.
खाद महंगा है,
हाँ.
सब्सिडी कम है सब पर, और प्राइसेस फ्लक्चुएट हो जाए सभी क्रॉप के.
हाँ.
क्लाइमेट चेंज बर्निंग इशू है अभी.
नहीं, एज अ फार्मर, आई मीन ये सब
हाँ.
प्रोफेसर जैसा बात मत करो. एज अ फार्मर,
लेबर का प्रॉब्लम है.
somebody else, labor. Very good. You told me one point. We'll catch labor and price. These 2 points we catch from him. Anybody else? You say other than these 2 points. Anybody has some other point to add? You take the phone. One line tell.
मार्केट प्रॉब्लम सर.
That's what he told. Price fluctuation. Okay, it's the same. He told labor, price fluctuation. Anything else? Transportation. Third one. Agreed. Next one. Input availability means generic. Tell me what it is. As farmer बोलेगा input availability नहीं है, farmer कैसा बोलेगा, किसान कैसा बोलेगा? आप किसान जैसा जवाब देना मुझे को. बारिश नहीं है, correct? So less water. Okay. क्या? Give him the. Tell him.
Increasing damage due to animals.
Animals, wild animals. Very good. What about you? Yeah, you get up. Climate change. That means पानी नहीं बोलता है. Too much water. Okay? Too less water. उतना ही. Okay. दूसरा? I cannot give them. Yes. Whatever it is, come out bold because there's nobody is going to. Huh?
Inadequate rainfall, sir.
Yeah, rainfall बोल दिया.
Aberrant weather conditions.
वो बोल दिया already. See, another new idea, some other problem. You have problems at least 5 districts, a unique problem. Huh? No, okay, agree. Information.
Sir, lack
better. No.
Sir, lack of storage facilities.
Tourist facilities, okay. That's not a main point for agriculture. Farmer का tourist आने की जरूरत नहीं. We are storage, transport, storage. Sorry. Market already told already. You please, I repeat again, you have to have some more points as an agricultural professionals, masters and PhD to know the problems. Maharashtra only I asked. I did not throughout India. You're all from here locally. So one was, we agree, marketing is a problem, storage is a problem. Somebody told me, and somebody told me is the, labor is the problem. No, finance is, that is nothing to do with agriculture. Okay, we'll come back. So finance, we take one. And you told about animals, wild animals problem. No, what he will do, farmer ka, right now. You think new technology, he does not know, so why the hell he doesn't suffer? You see, ignorance is bliss. What do you call, na? We call in English, ignorance is bliss. So
Hello,
they are ignorant about it. So
Hello, sir. Sir, here,
So,
here, sir.
sorry.
Social mind setup, sir.
Okay, okay. So now, what we saw something more. Electricity is the problem she is talking. That's correct. Social mindset is difficult. Then you want to fight with how Marathas fight with there's a difference between how they do
No,
the
sir,
Kisan behave in different even districts. Okay,
Yes.
we know that. So let's not worry about social mindset. Next point. Some other important point. You are all scientists. You are all scientists. Huh? Insects and pests. Example bolo. Which one? For army. Next one. Pink bollworm in cotton. How the hell you took so long time to find out? Okay, so that is very important. So fall army worm is also felt in Philippines, in other countries also, not necessarily here. So, but pink bollworm is a big problem because Maharashtra produces good cotton. Now, have you heard of solutions to this? Have you heard any time any of us are trying to work on the solutions for these problems? Because only two ways we can work. One is to solve my current problem, or two, improvise my living. One is to solve my problem, second is improvisation. These two. Are you working on this? Any of the projects, do you know, to your friend circle or any of the circle, any of the projects related to we are trying to solve it? Do you know any projects happening? Come on, you must be seeing, na? Gaon mein dekha? Oh, Pokhara, you told one. He says Pokhara. Anything else you see happening in the last 10 years? Okay. This highlights the interest of what we have people not worrying about farmers' problem, even though I saw 50% around raising their hands, you are from farmers' families. Right? I think this must change. We can't expect an electrical engineer, a mechanical engineer to come and work for farmers' problem. So we are from that family. We have to understand. We don't think magic will happen and it will jump. So I think this is the first lesson, correct? For example, one of the reasons I have seen, you have not told one main problem. It's a sodic soil problem. Do you know what is sodic soil? Salinity. Do you know salinity? What is salinity? What is sodic soils? Soil science, a lot of people were there. What is, anybody from soil science people tell me, explain me what is sodic soil, what is saline soils? Try it. You want to try it? I give the mic. इतना hesitation हो रहा है. Give. Who has the mic? Who has the mic? Please pass on. Again, repeat, please. Okay. Is anybody differs from this, what it declared? Okay. So we have, I will explain you, we have somewhere in the soil down deposits of salt. Okay. That's one scenario. Second scenario, we are making the soil more saline. We are adding chemicals, fertilizers, and making it more saline. These are two cases. So the first one is the sodic soils, where you have pH, the really alarming level when you want to go 8.2, 8.3, 8.4. There are hardly about 10 villages somewhere around in Maharashtra. Doesn't have drinking water, which is full of salting. But you have a lot of soil, about 7.5, 7.6, 7.8 pH, which you can use it for agriculture. They are using already for agriculture. This is what basic information you require. As any agricultural graduate, when you go there, you must look at this small information. She's talking about electrical conductivity. Electrical conductivity very difficult for you to understand unless you know some technical jugglery, correct? Then what is electrical conductivity? Then I will ask, okay? What is electrical conductivity of acidic soil? pH we all studied in school time. So we know pH 7, water pH is 7, we know it. Below is acidic, above is alkali. Both are dangerous, too much of them. So why pH is important also when you come back to another culture now. So first, second point, what you told about is animal. Many people, have you seen from most of the Maharashtra trees were cut in the last 30, 40 years? Have you noticed? Why they cut the trees? They are afraid of monkeys. This was answered to me like that. Somebody told me. People are afraid of monkeys come there. Dungar aata hai karke they don't put because they eat away chana when you put there. It's true also. There are a lot of wild animals. He told certain areas, not all the areas. It's not only in Maharashtra. It is happening everywhere. I saw it nearby Baroda also happening. There are different type of animals you have which are coming inside. Very interesting. Electric fences are tried. Even here in Maharashtra, some places they are trying electric fences. So how much is my point is to see when you do a PhD or master's thesis work, you must look at the current problems. There's one way to solve. At least 50% of students must do current problems. And basic pure science is another maybe 50%. That's what I would recommend a healthy. You remember that research from US, the previous speaker was talking. We don't touch any project that doesn't either improve the knowledge of the farmer in learning skills or help the farmers. Are we doing the same thing here? Or are we doing only for publishing paper? This is a question you have to ask. Unfortunately, your generation will continue now. You want to close your subjects and go, but remember this in point back of the mind. Unless you are there to solve the problem, no problem can be solved. Let's look at that. Now, we know about we are studying soil science. We are studying horticulture. I will ask you some more questions. How many of, then we come back to the problem, how to solve it. How many of you seen the shade net? Net, how many of you seen? Raise your hands. Very good. What are the problems in the net houses? Did you talk to any farmer at any opportunity? No. Sorry? High wind problem. High wind problem, polyhouses, if you put, that can be solved. Agreed. There is a little knowledge. Soil moisture. What is it? You come to say, tell me fully. Yeah. Mic, you pass the mic when you complete to me here. So, yeah, please. So give it to him. He will turn it on, please. He knows how to turn.
In open condition, there is a less soil moisture in if you ridge and furrow and apply mulching paper and growing the plantlets on it. And in shade net, there is a constant moisture is.
No, I'm asking what is the farmer's problem who are using shade net today? मेरा question अलग है. Huh? In Maharashtra, thousands have already started. You turn off the phone, keep it there with you. So, you have thousands of farmers are already using what you call the protected cultivation, or it's called controlled environment agriculture. Now, you have a lot of horticulture students. I think 4 or 5 I saw horticulture students somewhere here sitting there. You should know what is the problem of this.
Sucking pests like aphids and jacids like.
Have you heard about nematode?
Yeah, a nematode also.
Sorry?
Yeah, I heard about it.
So, then what are the problems? Nematode is something coming from the soil outside, small worms type, those who don't know. I'm talking about generic, I'm saying in simple English terms so you can understand. That is important. Don't need to use scientific, very high word and forget it tomorrow. So small, that's called
Sir.
nematodes. Nematodes come.
High temperature.
Oh, excellent. What do you mean high temperature? Okay, I will explain you now basics of what is it. There is something called greenhouse, glass house, polyhouse, okay, net house. There are different names. But if you understand, the polyhouse is a polythene sheet they use on the top, everything. For ventilation top there is a hole that it can, hot air can go away. Now side also you have some ventilation possibility, air can come, air can go. This is a polyhouse. Polyhouse withstand rain also, rain. But sometimes if you put a polyhouse, inside gets very hot. Most other parts of Maharashtra it will get very hot. Polyhouse are good for Himachal. That's a mistake some of the people have done before 10 years also, to put polyhouses recommendation in Hyderabad also, which is 50 degrees Celsius. This is a mistake. And somebody, madam mentioned now, I think she went away, she mentioned about pest, humidity. They put polyhouses in Kerala, where your high humidity will, pest will increase once it comes inside. So these are all mistakes happen. We learn from the mistakes, but I think its mistake could have been averted. If you are keen, you like a master student, PhD student, keen to understand the problems, because solutions are available to you only if you understand the problem. So I urge you, all of you, to ask, what is the problem? Is there any problem? 100% farmer, your brother, sister, uncle, father will have problems. So you have to ask them so that solution can be found. So one of the problems she told, nematode. Okay, this is because you keep it covered. Okay, you keep it covered. What is the advantage of protected cultivation? Which means you are protecting the crop from normal weather. You don't allow high winds to go inside, high rain to go inside. Okay, you control the sunlight. So what happens in ideal conditions like Himachal, climate, whatever it is, evapotranspiration will be less. So water you give for the plant becomes only 50%. Somebody works on evapotranspiration also in this group. Somebody told me one person is working on evapotranspiration just now when you were asked. Evapotranspiration is one of the other biggest in scientifically you can measure. There are a lot of modeling available. If you are interested, there are a lot of work has been done in finding the modeling of evapotranspiration, how much it's, because water is precious. Now I ask you another question regarding this. For your point, we are discussing controlled environment agriculture, okay? How much water we are using in India for agriculture? Can anybody raise their hand? Suppose you have total India available water, good water, not salt water, good water. How much percentage we are using in India for agriculture? Raise your hand quick, anyone. Any number? Any number? You must interact. What percentage of water we are using for agriculture? Okay, I put the other way question. There are some advertisement coming, children ka, school children, बच्चों लोग का, नल बंद करो, right? Save water, save water. Oh, human being consumption कितना percentage use करता है पानी? Huh? 20 is a figure I got from him. You? 80. She's agriculture 80, she's telling. Human consumption. No, okay. It was 80% according to statistics before 10 years. Last year's statistics from the government statistics is 90% now. Whereas 3% around is the human consumption. Only 3%. Okay, now the figures are from reports what came. You can argue, but it's still significant. Whether it's 80 or 90% is too much. When you compare to US, it's 35% to 40%, 35%. Whereas in China, it's about 50%. So we are wasting water, rather, I would say. So controlled environment agriculture will save 50% of water straight away, because stops the too much of evapotranspiration. Now, there's a problem, you cover it. So net house means you don't want too much sunlight, so it will not evaporate too much water from the even soil. So you put net. Because of the net, sunlight is less. Sunlight less, soil pathogens coming, nematodes start coming. So nematode comes, then you will start using ozone. Only 100 feet you can give ozone to kill the nematodes. These are all the complication starts. Some people follow that instead of that. Like Maharashtra, many parts of Maharashtra, Buldana you see a lot of them, Akola you see a lot of. You can open the top of the roof, allow full sunlight to come sometime. Correct? Full sunlight for half an hour, so it will kill the soil pathogen. बाद में बंद करो. Idea hai? This was done by somebody in Dapoli, some professor. It's not gone to the field. Some field has been implemented in Maharashtra also. You can see it. So every problem, she told a problem of soil pathogen, there is a solution for it. So now another thing is what you talk about the pest management. Pollination is another issue in polyhouses. You have crop of only single without pollination, multi-pollination. How they do also excellent when you go see in the farmers' fields. I think you should visit. As an agriculture student, any division you take it, you should visit the farm at least once in 3 months. What is wrong in it? Stay a couple of days. I have seen, I've taken some students, every year I take some IIT Bombay student, before last year, during lockdown, a student came and he was with me for 6 months supposed to be, and he spent about 3 months with the farmer's place in Maharashtra. Afterwards, he spent another 6 months with me, even beyond his course. He's in a very highly placed position in somewhere automation. Okay, the idea is you spend time in the farm with the farmer, otherwise you can't call yourself an agricultural graduate without knowing the farmer. So, polyhouses. One more problem is, somebody told me about heat. Yes, in all the Maharashtra polyhouses, at 12 o'clock you go, even Buldana district, it's too hot. Too hot. But is it bad? No. We have installed sprinklers. All sprinklers are everywhere there. But power nahi hai. Somebody told me electricity here. Power nahi hai. Imagine this is a practical problem. Power nahi hai, install kiya sprinkler, not using. I tell you a solution for it. घर पे इन्वर्टर है ना, घर का इन्वर्टर, खाली 8 minutes they need power. कितना? 8 minutes चाहिए power. 2 kV इन्वर्टर 8 minutes का power देगा तो उनका स्प्रिंकलर चल जाएगा, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं. Because you don't require more than 8 minutes. Why I know this? Because I am an engineer. Do you understand? And who makes about the plants, the heat, temperature, heat, everything is a soil scientist and plant agronomist, horticulturist. So you require to work together. Otherwise you will not find solution. This you have to, at least youngsters must realize, there is no difference, no need to fight, I will do. You can't be alone. You can't win a war alone. You have to be together. So in agriculture, discipline, one of the major, I am seeing this in all the universities. All the universities, it's not only students, it's professors, everything to change. We want, if you want India to change, we have to change. I'm not asking you to work in some other discipline, only agriculture. But understand, one, I told about controlled environment agriculture. Usme, it is running only manually now. We are talking only manually. We are not talking automatic anything. Manually, I'm talking about the problems, nematode problem, what to do, open the roof, we talked about. The electricity problem, we talked about. Where is the watering system available? Pipes are available, they put there. रात को खाली power आता है. But the farmer has to go there to turn on the power. वो use करेगा, phone use करेगा, मालूम है सबका. But he doesn't do on this phone because there is no system of actually, for the field they can do, but control in agriculture there is nothing. Because you have to give also fertilizer, fertigation. There are systems available again. Are they sustainable? Because your topic, you see, sustainability. We come back to this sustainability. Because it costs around 4 to 5 lakhs an acre cost. The lowest cost you'll find around 3.5 lakhs per acre for automation. Which means it'll automatically turn on the water and shut off the water. Predetermined amount of time only. Forget soil moisture measurement. I don't care about all those things. Without that, so many companies are the Netafim is there, Jain Irrigation is there, Revolus is there. So many big companies are there, but the prices, a 2-acre farmer cannot buy. And you cannot put for this controlled environment agriculture a small net house, poly house, you can't. There's a big avenue for business. I asked you only 4 or 5 ways do you want to be in business. It's a big, great avenue for people to enter. So here again you require control engineers. This is what the automation you want for the control environment agriculture. Now, how many people know about plant nutrition? Plant nutrition, how much it requires? Agronomists normally do it. Horticulturists do it. Now, who is doing it for this all control environment agriculture? Not them. I found one soil scientist in horticulture, some Bangalore. He gives recommendation, but I know he's only a soil scientist. Okay, I'm not joking because there are certain points a horticulturist I need there. I need a horticulturist there also. Because I want to know this particular chemical, NPK, not only that, chemical, is good for this particular plant, how much I have to give. Because we give too much of fertilizers already. We use 80% of water, she told. I told 90% of water for agriculture, we waste. And do you know the amount we spray, only 10% go to the plants. 90% go to the soil. Tell me how many people are working on precision spraying of chemicals. There are pests, there are rules. 50% pest only you can kill. You know that? All the pesticides, you cannot kill rest, all of them, because you will not survive. Without those small insects and pests, human being cannot also survive. So you have to reduce them, impact. So you have to work on application. There are applications like laser guided spraying, where you get 50% water saving. It was brought to India and tested somewhere, but you don't have opportunity because there is nobody discipline works on. Tell me, if I put spraying, pesticide spraying, which department will take? Farm machinery? No. Soil and water? No. Energy? No. There's a big fight. I think the biggest problem is this division has, not only this, even agronomists, horticulturists, each one say, I am the best, I am the best. I think everybody is equal. Solve the problem of the farmer. This approach, I think, is the most needed today. Not only today, everywhere. You saw the example of US, they're all working together. Now we want to copy the US, first copy the basic principle of that. No need to copy. He told machinery is not possible, robots. We'll come back to that. How, what is the need? We told about controlled environment agriculture. Why? Why I took this controlled environment agriculture? Why thousands already there in here, but last 10 years, government is promoting throughout India. There are a lot of failures happened in several states. We'll come back to that. You know already some of the reasons I have told you. It's very good for vegetables. Okay, now let's go to fruit production. That's what written there, food security. India produces almost enough cereals. Till last year, I think, or now also, we used to produce 30% more of wheat and rice. That's the reason from rice or even sugarcane. Sugar we produce 30% more. That's the reason we made ethanol from sugar and rice also promoted because we have too much stock of it. So we produce them more. Now the question is, why it doesn't reach all the people? Price, what is a different problem? So we talk about food production only. Vegetable, India produces excellent. Very good, enough, more than enough. Fish, poultry, we really produce more than for our Indian population. Yes, it's true. As a politician, I can say we export some also. But let's see first, truth of agriculture, we produce enough. But what is happening? Problem. We waste around 40 to 70% of fruits and vegetables. They get wasted. There are two types of wastages happening. In the West and in India or the underdeveloped. One type of waste is, I'm getting all the fruits, vegetables from supermarket, bring it to my home, then I eat only 40% of it. 60% gets wasted automatically, or I found defective after a few days, throw it away. That is from the table to the mouth. Whereas in India we have, from farm to table we have the losses. Why the loss happens? Because of storage not there. Because of transportation not there. You told all the problems, but you know how it affects? This is a chain. We need not produce at all more. We save that losses, reduce the losses. Food and grain loss also we have. But people don't agree. People say it's contradictory, 20% only wasted, 30% only wasted. I told even 10% is too much. Don't you think 10% is significant? Why you want to find scientists always fight on 20%, 30% बोल रहा है वो गलत है, वो 25% correct है. That is not we want. We want to know why. In storage places, we have a lot of wastages. We don't have any automated storage places. Even the recent ones, 2 years back in Haryana, which is done by a private company, they also fully, not fully. There are a lot of videos I can show you. They are not fully done automatically. Only semi. It is started now. First stage. So we welcome the first stage. Always let's not worry about, complain about what you don't have. Let us see. We start somewhere. Ye kadam lega aaj. Then kal dusra kadam lega. We don't start anywhere, will not happen. So storage, this is the problem of vegetables. So how your technology can help? In this protected horticulture, it's a huge cash business. Big money coming cash, okay? Horticulture crops. Now we come back to, there is a story of onion, tomato is different. We'll come back. I'm talking about food crops, horticulture crops. Another thing is, we cannot transport this from somewhere. That was one of the mistakes has happened. This protected cultivation given remote parts somewhere. Okay, then somebody informed, from last I think 1 year, they started clusterization. Vegetable कौन खाता है? गांव वाला नहीं खाता है महाराष्ट्र में. 1 or 2 pieces, 3 pieces will be the vegetable, only soup will be there. This is a strength. But you go to town and cities, they will eat lot of vegetables. So उधर ही consumption बहुत है. So उधर नजदीक में हम लोग करने का. इसलिए control environment agriculture, net house shade net is a beautiful. People are trying to grow even so many type of crops, and we don't do that much work. Why? It needs one more point. I told automatic fertigation. You have to give the plant automatically how much it needs food, correct? So how much food it requires, you have to give correctly amount. With that, not enough. You have to keep it comfortable also. You have to keep it comfortable, which means the temperature, humidity to be controlled. Very easy to do, net houses. Again in Dapoli, 2 students have done. I helped 2 students to do. One is to open the side of the net house when it is too hot. Just open the side. Other side also open. Natural air will go through. After some time, close it down. Simple, but it works. Another idea is when you have, let us say, poly houses, you have to have fan, exhaust fan. So you have to control. Like for example, here you have onion storage. This also I'm helping in the control system. So from IIT students are doing. So I think control system is not installed still. So probably when it comes, I will show you. I'll come once again probably to see that I've given a control system for him automatic to control it. Such systems not available. So I have passion to help the student. So this type of system must be affordable. Affordables. Which means an automatic system should not cost more than 15,000-20,000 rupees for the farmer. Not 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs. He will not buy. Why? Is it possible? Yes. But we need people to volunteer and come. There is a lot of youngsters required. And you have to learn. You learn how to operate your cell phones, correct? All of you learn how to send emails, correct? You have to learn a little bit more. Basics. That's what we are trying to do. We are trying to learn the basics in agriculture first, which are all the technology. So this control environment agriculture, in short, there are different types of tents we require. We can make different type of tents. We have to take care of the climate control. Easy systems available, fan control available, you can do it. We have to be careful in giving correct nutrients to the plants. And temperature we have to reduce, sprinklers are there, turn on. Power backup systems we require. Productivity is very high. Farmer earns a lot of money. Somebody was talking money. Here he makes money. In controlled environment agriculture, properly done, a lot of money he makes it. And it must be in peri-urban areas, which I would recommend. Instead of all center of Maharashtra with nobody consumer, you again use diesel and go environmental pollution. Again starts the whole cycle, cost increases. So I think that consideration is one option for farmers to make good revenue income. We come back to one question is structures is very important. Agricultural structures. There are very few. I can count the numbers in India who work on agriculture structure. There is nobody here in this group who works on agriculture structure. There are wonderful structures in bamboos. Treated bamboo from Assam or treated bamboo also the police is doing now. Only there you get a structural engineering course in agricultural structures. People ignored agricultural structures. Then how can you make structures, concrete house? Some civil engineer comes and puts a tent and goes away. Is it possible? Not everybody can do agriculture. What your father does it, I don't think. He has experienced so much. There's a saying, they say, the old saying, somebody comes to the field and asks, this paddy, when you will harvest the paddy is grown, he says, ask the farmer. Farmer says, on the four corners, when it starts flowering, 40th day I will harvest. When the four corners started flowering, my paddy, I will harvest on 40th day. Where do you got the science into it? Try it, you're all. When it's a harvest, you don't require so much of camera and all. Certain, I think, farmers, we are showing so much hype. Plant doesn't die if you don't irrigate for 1 day, 2 days. Does it die? Ek din, do din? Human being also can survive 3-4 days without food. Why not plant? So उतना sensitivity नहीं है. But हम लोग गलत use करता है सब. For example, I saw which is used fertilizers for sugarcane is used for banana. They are not the same because requirement of banana is different. I think somebody horticulturist can say what it requires. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm not going to conduct test now here, but I think very simple. Banana uniquely requires something more compared to sugarcane. So you have to find out as an agriculture people. That's the reason interdisciplinary. You must, I think last time when I talked about, still I remember my botanical name, entomological name, all the pathological name, I still remember because we studied all the subjects. Today they removed all the subjects. Most of the subjects are not there for engineering discipline. I feel sad of it. Because when I tell him, he will not understand many of the words what we know. So when somebody talks pink bollworm, I can understand what it is because we ran for the net to catch all the butterflies and bugs and everything, categorize them. So we know that. So it's very important microbiology study to understand what's the electron microscope, how the really it works. So this knowledge is important. So I think we come back to, it's quite some time we have taken. Some started. We come back to second part. I have some slides I will show you at the end of it. So we talked about Maharashtra problem. One more problem we have is we import oil, vegetable oil or edible oil only next to our fuel oil. Whereas we are producing enough. That's the reason somebody answered me sunflower, somebody answered groundnut Maharashtra is producing. Today some professor argued with me, we produce soybean, it's protein, right? But no oil. No, soybean also oil banta hai. I told, kaun peeta hai? Problem is professors and practicality becomes less now. So these students, like when I ask the questions, you are the field, go and see. And somebody goes and tells you automatically you can have palm oil. Do you know about palm oil problems? Malaysia, Indonesia develops long. I talked to my friends who are working on that and what India, which place is suitable, where to see. It needs a lot of water and none of the plant is bad in the world, agree. But whether it's suitable to you or not. Very important thing is India is diversified. The climate situation 1 kilometer is different than another one. Soil condition 1 square kilometer is different than another one. Believe it and believe it. They want to be successful, grow the crops that soil accepts. You can't beat a student with a stick and make him learn. Same like soil also. He says, I won't accept to it. certain weeds or certain place only will come. If you put a new crop, it will come another weed, you will never remove. These are all truths. Why you forgot traditional seeds? Wonderful. Seed. We come back to the biggest problem. Now we started promoting. I know about several. Have you seen seeds farmers growing nowadays? Cooperative seeds? Have you heard about it? Yes or no? Raise hands. Who has seen? One. Many in Maharashtra also started. Why you have to buy seeds? Tell me. Ask a farmer and take a professor with him and then ask him. And take a marketing fellow also with him. Today Maharashtra has changed. Farmers have to grow, yes, hybrid varieties, whatever may be, but they can produce seeds themselves. The seed congress also what your university conducted, it was also a conclusion speech. Paroda makes that, this very basic point, he says that farmers must be in the cycle of making the seeds. Very important. Not just only the companies. Some companies which made a lot of seeds disappeared. You can't be fully commercial on seed production. Seed is everything. So, people preserving seeds, traditional seeds are very important also. Don't discard them. Certain type traditional seeds are important. Even taste-wise, everything. Let it cost slightly more, people will pay more money. So seeds who are working now, I heard last time also people work on your genetics department is quite good. You're very good actually seed production. I think that must be, and also I had complained you cannot supply seeds last time when I came, there was discussion, we don't have facility of production of seed more, this problem, that problem. That I think youngsters you learn now. When you get out, you must do that. Why don't you start producing seed? Why don't you start a cooperative FPO making seeds? It's a big business. And you can be with the farmers only. With the farmers, let them share. For example, I gave an example of Carrot King. Where the Carrot King? There is a small place in UP, Bulandshahr district. There, carrot, one of the ex-colonel, no problem. So, cooperative he started 10 years back. Now he fixes the price of carrots. You can Google and find out. Kurja is the place where even the mandis don't come. Kurja, they have their own mandi. So I think it's a question of deciding locally what we have. Don't get tempted by the other side of the river. Okay? Because you have enough richness in you. So that you have to see. I'll show you some. I made a presentation in Assam. I'll show you that for traditionally how we do it after some time about this. So seeds are very important. Seed genetic engineering requires engineers also. Seed mapping, seed location. Like today we had a presentation about GPS location of how the seed goes. People actually planted at different locations to find out the growth rate, everything, even for experimental. So that really will help very much. So seed requires technology. Somebody works on it, look at what technology you can have. Next one comes is the one of the biggest water saving. I think we talked already how to make the farmers to make more money to reduce the cost of inputs. That's the easiest way. Reduce the cost of inputs without affecting the outputs. Okay, what I'm talking. Reduce the cost of inputs. You can optimize the use of inputs because it's easily possible. Can you tell me figure? I just calculate. I'm a bit curious guy because I'm a mathematics guy, so I calculate always. What is the subsidy component comes like that? Just a rough figure I calculate. It comes to around 3,500 rupees per acre per farmer, the subsidy. You talk about fertilizer subsidy, you talk about water, electricity, everything. Approximately, I'm talking a thumb rule figure. Whereas 2,500 to 3,500 is the income of the farmer per acre per year. So 1 month ka kali government ka subsidy or kuch bhi help aata hai. But you are spending much more. Do you know what is the seed treatment tube cost? What is the cost? That who fixes the cost? Bayer fixes. You don't fix it. No, farmer doesn't fix it. So biggest problem is we are dependent on chemicals. This people say, everybody theoretically says you produce double, triple, just by optimizing. Well, if you want to talk, I will give opportunity. It's better. I think you don't disturb the audience. I prefer. So, seed, the input costs reduction is very much possible when you apply a mind where we are wasting. We are over-utilizing fertilizer almost all. Tell me how you ask your father how he gets fertilizer, chooses. बाजू वाला क्या डालता है वही डालेगा. बाजू वाला क्या डालेगा उनका. फाइनली क्या है, वो दुकान वाला क्या बेचता है वही लेगा. सर वही मिलता है. ये है, हम लोग इतना एजुकेटेड है, इतना एजुकेटेड. You want to go and work in department, you don't do anything work in department for this. To tell the farmer, because extension is very poor, I know, but it's challenging. We can't just blame, okay? We have to find reason, because none of you visited the farm in the last 3 months, spent time, then how can we blame the other people, okay? So we have to be the change. So we go to the farm and see, take a student project, go and find out how many places sugarcane, wrong fertigation is done, wrong type of fertigation, banana, which is wrongly given. Ask by asking farmer, you will know automatically. बहुत ओवर फर्टिलाइजर डालता है. दूसरा fertigation नहीं है. Banana, I visited this. I tell the story. Banana, I visited banana farmers in Baroda. Around 5 kilometers, they lift the water, bring to the village, and there are about 10 farmers share the water. I asked them. They got all drip irrigation. They with cell phone, they start the pump. So water is coming there. One fellow goes and switches the water to each of the farmer field, because he cannot irrigate all the farmers' field same time. So some he puts wall, that the fellow has to work the whole night. And after half an hour he comes and changes to the next one. But his problem is, he has to also get up in the night and go. Power is available in the night. So he wanted an automatic system where he can afford to do it. It's not existing, sustainable. Nobody works on it. You need, like I told all the scientists, to fix everything. Not just only an engineer, electronic engineer can fit the pipes, it will go. You have to give the correct dosage of the certain, depending on the crop. And many farmers know this crop needs it. If not there, the agricultural department fellow also helps. I have seen practically they do help. But they can't help an idiot. Okay, they can say this you need, and this should be possible to implement it. So very important, second important point is happening is how they apply the fertilizer. I asked him once in a month. आप महीना का एक बार खाना खाएगा कैसा होएगा बोलो? हफ्ता का एक बार खाना खाएगा, डेली खाएगा तो अच्छा पड़ेगा. कभी चाहिए डालने, वो भी प्रॉब्लम है. So fertigation is important. You see, what is precision agriculture? Not using gadgets. I tell you simply, everybody knows it. Applying the correct quantity at the correct place at the correct. Very good. वो manually तुम करेगा भी चलेगा मुझे को, वो precision है मुझे को. So it's not necessary you need a high-tech cameras, everything, you can also do it. So now water, horticulture crops, mango. Let's take it. We have drip irrigation. Excellent, sir. Saving, right? Water. Where the water goes? It has to go down at least 20 centimeters to the root zone. The root zone. So there is something called root zone that happens in almost all the trees. In south, it's getting popular. You can see in Google and see also it's the stick available. But I have not seen. Actually, FOMA before last year, I asked somebody to present that case scenario. Excellent, because you save easily 50% of the water from drip. Just putting 1 feet stick. You require 3 sticks around the tree or 4 sticks around the tree. That horticulturists can say exactly by measuring once. So you put the stick has got holes. Put the drip on the top of the stick, and you save 30%, 50% more, around 50%. Forget 50%, 40%. This is it's a huge saving, 30%. Again, water. Because even with the drip, the horticulture crops, some of the farmers don't have enough water. They cannot grow. And they will use it. So this work has to be done. And it's not a high tech. Who told you? This is real high tech. Because you make the analysis of how the root zone wetting, how the spreads everything. Beautiful. You can do it technologically with the cameras, everything, to suggest how many pipes required, what is the hole size. I can just think about it. So many things to be done in that. It is done by farmers practically somewhere. Somebody made a pipe, bamboo pipe, holes, and then it worked. So everybody is doing it. So there is an avenue for science to be applied in certain small technologies, which will save the huge amount of water saved. Another one, recently, it was, I think, I heard only it now, last week it was, I given several months back a small solution to find, to save water in paddy fields. You can save up to 50% water, 30% minimum guaranteed. What is, we irrigate paddy field, but Maharashtra, it doesn't apply many places because you have rain-fed paddy, it doesn't work out. Irrigated paddy, I'm talking about irrigated paddy, it's very good ideal. You can save by, because we normally keep 5 centimeters on the top surface. From the scientific research by the IRI, by everybody, it's already proven for a long time that no need to keep. Example, I always like a foolish, simple example I tell you. If I go on giving food to eat, he will not work that much, correct? Though morning food देने का, lunch नहीं देने का, hungry हो जाएगा, बाद में देगा, बराबर काम करेगा. 2 दिन खाना मत देना, और अच्छा काम करेगा. Sorry, don't use a joke really to make you smile a little bit, but I think actually it is found out. You let the water go away, dry it, let the soil dry, top level dry, go up to 15 centimeters. Then you again irrigate the water, paddy crop. With that, what happens? Number 1, the plant gets better. Yields are better. Number 2, water is automatically less for you. Number 3, methane gas production is less. Methane kitna hota hai? Because paddy is a big problem of methane also. वो भी less होता है. And now don't ask me figure how much. This was told to me. I have to do my homework. It is reduction. You search in IRI somewhere, research will be there. So this also can be done very easily. I made a device and gave to WTC. So these are all the small devices which really can help for you to look for the work, how to work on that. Now, I will show you a small presentation on the natural farming. What? I'll show you something, instead of getting bored of my talk only, I'll show you something, okay? So, I got a lot of materials like that which I select groups only interested. Otherwise, I give a lecture won't be good. So, you see, this is something I presented in Tezpur University. a year back probably. So this is from the Sangam age. See, agriculture was the most respected profession. And today we are talking about agriculture really wants to go away. And we have not discussed again address the problem of labor. We'll come back to that. We only discussed 2 points. And this is what it is written in 500 BCE about agriculture. And this is what the Panch Mahabodhs, what we talk about. This is agriculture uses almost everywhere you can put. So this is the agriculture thrives on all these 5 basic elements, whatever we are using it. See, for example, old now people ka. This is recently 1 year people are finding. Vetiver karke, they have become popular. Invert. Because today you saw also, you have so many irrigation is not told today. Irrigation division didn't come today. This is 1st century CE. This is a Kallanai. Still it is alive. Still it is irrigation it is used for. Earthen dam. Now green revolution. What has happened? We had less food, so what we did was in the machinery side, we took off plowing, cultivation ka, we gave a lot of pumps, water pump, and we gave seeds. And we made threshers and some tractors. This was the green revolution component. Now farm mechanization, till now people say, kitna tractor hoega? उतना मैग्नाइजेशन अच्छा है वो गलत है because what about agriculture is not only tractors like controlled environment agriculture, fisheries, there are so many. Agriculture covers a wide range, not limited to the thinking how many horsepower होता है farm में उतना ही improvement. वो गलत है. Even with human beings we can do wonders if we select the correct crops, correct technology. Issues already I talked about. Somebody told about climate change. We will cover the climate change. What are the solutions? You see, farmers' income is less, we told already. Climate change, you know already, we can't, El Nino effect, whatever they call, we understand that we cannot predict the rains like earlier times. Maharashtra suffered actually, now also. There was no rains and heavy rains. And sometimes with no rains, even sugar canes and all survived because of some of the drip irrigation system, other system, some of the activities, climate resilient practices by different projects in Maharashtra has done. So it has improved, but suddenly became heavy rain in some parts. So you see also some districts are very heavily affected, some districts are okay. And you also grow different crops. When you go to Konkan, it's completely different. Near Nasik area is completely different, right? The farmers also different, the growth is different. When you come to Akola side, completely different. And you go to Nagpur side. And it is only shocking for me, when I travel, I don't see roads. On the roadside, no trees. That becomes bad actually. That is the only problem is people cut down. In farm, you can have lot of place available for trees. some solution has to be found out by your generation. This generation, I think, is must bring back the old how the farming villages were. Nutritional value, we have problem. Natural farming is one of the solution. Organic farming, government recommends. There is no science who told. There is science in organic farming. There is science in natural farming. Don't ignore that only high tech. When we see high tech means something with the electronics and cameras. It's also within you. You are the one who are going to find out. Innovations comes because of needs. You have a certain need. That's how you innovate. Agroforestry. Right now started promoting bamboos. Agroforestry is one of the very good for Maharashtra, especially when I would say about, because agroforestry is tried now. I know at least I've seen 2 farms before 6 months back on a project they are given for bamboo. Bamboo is very good actually. It's a good crop. It saves water also. On the stems, it really saves water. It's very good. It retains water there. Plus you can sell faster. After 5 years you get crops, very good crops, very good profit. First 3 years you have to manage it. That's the only difficulty. But that's the reason I told structures. There are so many opportunity agroforestry comes into picture. I had an opportunity to visit Resins and Gums Institute also earlier, about a couple of years back. So my suggestion again, we never try to make some perfumes. We export gums and resins lot, but we don't make perfume. The French fellow make the perfume. So I wonder why you scientists sitting here cannot do. Just a question I asked. Because easy to ask questions, correct? I know that. But difficult. But then unless somebody asks questions, nobody will start thinking about. And the reply I got was, we never thought about it. So this is the reply. So that's the reason I'm talking to you also. Now current scenario, agriculture, I told you. This is, I think figures are, I already talked about this. So now we have over tillage. One more thing is the tillage, over tillage. People think you have to puddle the soil. It's not true. If somebody comes and tell what about soil pathogens and all, ask them to go to field. Very rarely certain soil happens to be opened up, okay? Rarely, once in a decade or something, you have to open up the soil, turn the soil out because of some soil pathogens. But not all the soil, not required to be done. So no need to till every time. I think no-till is one of the best solutions available. And conservation agriculture, this one area I will show you, I think probably slide is there. So recent developments, when you look, climate change is happening, food security, 70% more food is required. But then I told you already, we can have 30% more if we reduce the wastage. Without producing more, reduce the wastage. Wastage, 1 rupee saved is 2 rupees earned. Okay, so reduce the wastage. That itself is a big thing. And we also have to look at alternative protein. When I told this in some places, people were angry and upset on me. Alternative protein. See, I don't think I didn't hear today from you. Somebody is working on food printing or something like that. So it's very important to look at print the proteins now. Billions of dollars are spent on that now. You Google and see also. You get a hamburger like hamburger vegetable made from Singapore. You Google, you find many ways you find it. It's made of vegetables, but it tastes like meat. So those who are meat eaters, do you know throughout the world, meat is the real problem for our environment? Because we grow grass or we grow corn, and then we feed the animal, and the animals we eat. Okay, I mean most of the world requires them. Not most, but at least significant. I don't know the figures exactly, but significant numbers. So that cycle we can cut short. So one of the ideas last 3-4 years now, even UN is promoting through FAO, also promoting, is insect farming. Insect farming is not new to India, because termites, many parts of Indian people eat. Termite is the easel, what do you call easel? In the rainy season, one day it comes morning and goes away night. So childhood time, people used to fry and eat, and this is for fun. But I think in Northeast, people eat, and some part of South, people eat. So, but I think you won't taste directly the insect. What I'm talking about is processing. So I think you have to read about it at least. Okay, whether you Personally, you like it or not, read about it. Conservation agriculture is one of the, this is a typical pictures, actual picture where the storage is not there, paddy. So Kuruve season, paddy is being stored like this. So that's how we waste around 30% of the paddy on that particular season before the rains starts. So now the conservation agriculture, this is 15 years old. And India has spent a lot of money also. The one problem I see, I will explain you first what is the conservation agriculture. Very easily, 3 steps are there. Minimum soil disturbance. उनके क्यों इतना फिंगर करने का soil का जरूरत नहीं. He has his own earthworm. He has got his own structure to disturb himself, aerate everything. You go on physically disturbing every time. Stop it. That's a no still seeders. It's excellent. There are a lot of proof. It's not only I am telling. Even ICR, everywhere, lot of proof, research, everything, what they've done, trials, but it's not implemented. Why? People are not aware. And I want you guys to be aware. Read about it first. Don't believe me, just go and read about it. Point number 2, don't keep the land open. Some greenery must be there. Some greenery. Don't keep it dry. Like I think last time you told your university had a lot of land, some 2,000 acres or something like that was left open, dry, barren. Now you are cultivating. That's what I heard. Excellent move by Honorable Vice Chancellor. He has done a good job. That is where we need people to look at for. Don't leave them. This is actually conservation agriculture. He may not understand, but I'm telling you straight away. This is one of the CA is we say don't keep barren the land. Grow something, greenery. What is wrong in it? Which to grow, your choice. You grow something. You can plow it inside back or you can let it decay directly. No need to plow in, decay directly. Third one is the diversification. I told na cotton, soybean. Soil is gone. Somebody told soil health, you're studying, gone. How can you eat only chapati, chana? Chapati, chana. Will you eat morning and evening and night? Why you're doing for soil like this? It's crazy. The mentality has to change means you have to change. You have to tell your parents and why you're doing this. Kitna paisa farak padega? So many things are you importing vegetables. India is importing vegetables to us. And like a crazy, we all go and grow onion. उनका मिलता है ऑनियन मिलता है नहीं मिला अभी मिलेगा मुझे को भी वो you educated must be able to tell. It's the biggest problem we have in assessment of demand and supply. We have government machinery don't work so efficiently, otherwise this problem will not come. Whatever they won't accept, but then it's not there. Otherwise why this problem every year must come? It's not a political issue. No, believe me, this I have really, it's educated, we have to be responsible. They are doing their job. What is the market force, what it does, everything, we created the problem. So we have to know which crop to grow effectively. Why everybody is going for onion? Forget wants onion, put some other crop which is good. Farmer wants money, he has to choose his crop. He cannot do anything else. And I think sensibly you grow onions also enough required. When the government doesn't have that machinery to advise you, this plot you grow onions, this plot, you find out locally which crop is best. Don't follow the advisory by somebody tells, उधर अच्छा पैसा मिल रहा है तुम भी एक करो नहीं होएगा 4 out of 5 will fail because that particular soil condition is met for particular type of nutrition it has got, particular type of crop, climate, particular type, all these things you have to see. So this CA is very important. Now we'll go a bit faster because at least I have to leave you in another 30 minutes. Now, changing food preference also. People, food preferences change now. Pizza खाता है, ऐसा नहीं, but food also, the type of food they want to eat, that also changing actually. See, this is a hype curve, precision agriculture hype curve. See, people started thinking, this will give money, karke we go on the height of the curve. We try everything. Like drones, I can talk about what drones can, efficient in spraying, we'll come back. Labor only is the point given. We'll talk about drones an example. It's a good, excellent to work on drones, but it's not going to replace the farmer's problem today alone. So one solution cannot be only a replacement for the problem. So this is called any innovation hype curve. We are getting to hype, and everybody thinks it will work very much. Finally, we come to this losing the hope, then stabilizes slowly what applications will come. These are all scientific. So any idea you think about, try to see the curve, how it's going to be. Everybody doesn't become millionaire overnight. See, advanced automated irrigation I already talked about, and this about the pipe also I talked about it. Control element I talked about. Now I'll come back to, I will not show you the next slide, next, this one. Labor problem, we talked about labor problem, it's very interesting. Very interesting talk about labor problem. Who told there is a labor problem? I travel Maharashtra, I can get you labor anywhere in Maharashtra, but you have to pay 800 rupees per day, 600 rupees per day. That's the problem. Depend on the location. Because we have not worked. Cotton, weeding is manual. Soybean, weeding is manual. Cotton, picking is manual. Soybean, harvesting almost manual. Cutters we have, that's all. आदमी चाहिए. But you are willing to pay 200, 300 rupees. नहीं, 600 rupees, 800 rupees उनको चाहिए per day. That is the problem. So it's not true you are going to solve the problem by putting machinery. Then you have to calculate the cost of the machinery. People make generic statements, so you have to be very careful as a farmer to calculate the cost. So when I use a drone, how much I'll pay per hour for him, for my field, for total cost चाहिए. Subsidy government देगा, उसको dependent नहीं कर पाएगा. You cannot depend on the subsidy and do anything in your life. Subsidy can be given for 4 years, 5 years, but the cost will not reduce. Like you see, the US, he told, no, I can buy tractors for $1 million, $500,000, but I cannot rent a farmer, a driver for it. So it's the same scenario. We are to India is a lot of people available. They go to supply Swiggy and everything, all stuff, right? Because they don't have better. Because we have to create opportunities for them. Like you, youngsters, out of that 100, only 3 or 4 race you want to win business. Something is wrong. I would like to see 30, 40, 50. I want to do business. Why? Why you are afraid of business? Then why you go and buy from the shop? Why you buy anything from outside? The fear must be removed. Fear. After all, your life, how long you will live? He said, others advice also. क्यों risk लेने का भैया? ऐसा ही degree खत्म किया ना, then you take a job and government salary मिलता है, pension मिलता है. But life you have to live also, na? You come out and live. Like I told you, I'm proud as an employer. I think that happiness you will never, ever, ever get with $1 billion given as a salary to you. You try it. It will be difficulties. Lot of difficulties I gone through, agree. But there are glimpses of that happiness. So I think youngsters, you must come into agriculture-based business, FPOs. How many agricultural graduates I see? When I go to the field, I don't see agriculture graduates become FPO, very less. Why? They don't do. They study. Why the hell they have to study agriculture then? When they don't want to work in agriculture field, they want to study agriculture. Don't you think it's logical? We have to think like that. Who disagrees with me? Who agrees with me? Raise your hand. It's logical that we have to think about agriculture to work in agriculture. Yes or no? So I think this will be the major change that has to come to you. Now, I will leave it to you, ask questions about sensors who are working some projects, because time is going. I will leave to you to ask any questions in where you want to automate everything. So otherwise this will take, actually, I told them I need a day or two. Normally I do for 2 days. So program with a group of people to understand group discussions. I think we will do it next time for those who are really interested. Because many students, like today, the presenter told also, you don't know how to write even application form. Okay, you remember he was telling Indians the way they write and Americans write, there are difference of even for that. So it's you have to learn about how to write. Last time, I think when I came here DST program, I think there was a lecture on how to write research report proposals, research proposals to DST. So similar, you should know how to write, how to communicate, and you should be able to get up and talk. So that's what basic fear removal. And I think I would love to help you guys, and we have another people who can help you also, because this infrastructure is not available right now in universities. We know that they are not available. Instead of we are going to fight with them to make the system available, be an example. Let us be example. Your group can again come with such type of activity again. So self-improvement is also one important. And forget the government job, probably you may not be able to do it, but remember that there are other alternatives available. All of you go and finally work for a seed company, that's all. No? I see a lot of graduates, BSc, MSc guys, PhD guys working for seed company which collapsed recently also. You know that, no? Monsanto, okay, whatever it is the name. All the bad names comes. This, you're not studying only for going to do only seed of commercial only. You have some, you make your life, everything, but you have some dedication to the farmers, because 50% of you from farmers family. You don't can care for your own family. How do you expect me to come and care for your family? So I think we should be in the first step. Ask questions now. Now, next half an hour, I'll leave you for questions only. Any questions you can ask me. Please.
Or
Any questions? Anybody has? Are all sleeping? You want coffee now? I think 1.5 hours only, 4 o'clock only. 2:30 means you all came 2:45. So after lunch, I think heavy lunch. So no. That we have to learn how to get out of the lunch. Anyway, that's the. No questions at all. Doesn't matter. It's okay. How?
Sir, recently we talk about labor problem and you give the solution that we can pay extra charge to labor. But when in our village picking operation of cotton is there, we can pay extra charge, but there also no labor is there.
There is migrant labor. The problem which happens in some, not no labor, they come, but you pay less, the village, they don't come normally. Otherwise, 800 rupees if you pay per day, everywhere they are willing to come. Because even, I'm talking about Bihar, people who are going and working in South, they say, so they pay 400 rupees per day, plus the place to stay for them. So I'm telling these are all the figures when you see economic point. But it's not a labor problem, I didn't give a solution. By giving more will not solve the problem. But I think the biggest problem is, that is the biggest problem, village development. Okay, now I will tell you, I have visited the farm, I went to village, I asked the youngsters, how many are graduates? You believe in each village at least 10, 20, 30 raise their hands? So many graduates, what they will do? It's a very complex issue. They come and ask, I want to start 2, 3 cows, I want to keep, I want to have money. Can you arrange through some other program? Gotri was tried, okay? There are many projects, Maharashtra government and plus other NGOs have tried. Gotri, they tried. They also tried to do something, but it must come from inside. Inside, the motivation come from youngsters. So I asked youngsters, 3, 4 of you, why don't you join together and do it? Wo tayar nahi hai. Like somebody told about social problem, okay, morning. So that solution you only have to change. See, that I think you can change better as a local. You find out this. First, you go and talk to them in your villages. I told, na? You go and talk to them. You'll find all these problems. You talk to the village, what's the problem? Youngsters who are all jobless, what they can do, why they don't run a FEO. For example, even the machineries, rental, what they give, tractors and all, many were given to the farmers groups or what. You see, any benefit comes, na? At least 40% goes to the well-to-do farmers only. That we know 30, 40% will go. That's chalega. But then they don't share their equipment also with others for rental. There are rental paid, you can take the tractors or other tools. Some villages, they are giving that. So the rental tools, what they are giving, so they can use the machinery. But what I'm talking about is machinery is not available. Cotton picking, there is no machinery available. So that is the problem. That scientists have to work on it. The solution. Cotton small ginning machines are not there. This was discussed for a long time. So your projects must be like, what I talked in the context of projects must be selected to the current problems. Current problems, what you are facing, the farmers are facing. If you select that current problems, Of course, they will start, one batch started correct problems. Professors also will select next time, the same thing will come. Instead of thinking about what American is doing, we'll copy that one, or a German scientist doing. Instead of that, we apply their knowledge, help everything, but for our Indian problems, because Indian is different. Like you cannot buy a robot for $50,000, $25,000. $25,000 is about 25 lakhs. How will you pay 25 lakhs for a robot to come and work? We are looking at robot that will work for 1 lakh rupees. Okay, maximum 1 lakh rupees at 50,000 better. So that is the price we are looking for. So that you can do it, but provided you mix with the electronic people. But you guys separate yourself. How will you do it? I'm asking, you have to make a team of people, group of people. Their culture must come in here to respect other discipline and to look in projects in other areas. I worked on solar energy first. Okay. Then I switched to control system. Then I fully electronics I changed. Change is something permanent in life. That's how I learned. Each project's working on it. So I think it's very important that you guys have to have that, what do you call that, a horse without, you know, open. Okay. You know what I mean? The tonga, for first beginning, they cover the eyes sideways of the horse. That is what the problem is. And take risks. And I think learn. This is a time, especially my masters, that was a gifted time I learned electronics all. I was given really tough because I was bold enough to finish one project in solar energy. I told I want to go into electronics control system. I was not having enough background and I learned it very hard way. But then that changed my whole life. Whole life it changed. The way I learned another discipline, very tough. So I can fight with the electronic fellows, I can fight with agriculture people, I can fight. So I saw the avenues of expansion into, then I have the freedom to talk about anything. Once you know agriculture, you know living creature, I'm telling you, or medicine, doctor. Instead of doctors also, we know much more. Meteorology only they didn't talk about, nobody talks about meteorology, because I also like meteorology, okay? So the question is, the agriculture talks about such a vast subject. We didn't talk about fisheries. There are interesting points in fisheries. People want to do research, and we are exporting fisheries too. So looking at our topics are very cornered topic only for studying, for getting government jobs. And that's the problem we are having. Because when you guys become tomorrow, go and write exam and you become a secretary, you don't have any farmer's contact. This is what is happening now. Frankly, that reality is, that is what the problem is. They are good and knowledgeable, but practically the farmer's problem or pinching solution, the questions doesn't arise inside. See, the fire must come from inside you to find a solution. The fire doesn't burn in you, you will not find a solution. This can challenge. You cannot work without any passion. So I think you should have the passion. Agriculture is excellent. And your universities, I'm really impressed the way this room is excellent, neat and good. Even the toilet is very neat here. Okay, here I saw it. So comparatively, I'm telling very good. I think you have good support. I'm willing to come and help you in different areas when you talk about. We talk one day about any one of the areas. If somebody wanted to know about soil. Somebody told me also they want to discuss about how to improve the soil health. Okay, one way is like conservation agriculture, grow some other things for the next cropping, it will go decay automatically, will go into the soil. This is one natural way of doing, I would prefer. And don't disturb the soil. Okay, you want to improve the soil, don't disturb the soil. First, limit. What I'm saying, no, I'm saying limit it. Only as much as required. You be strict with your child, right? Don't beat them daily left and right and you will never learn. Same soil, all the same. So you only that much disturb. I think with these few words, I will have to wait for a while. I think we'll have some more questions we can ask. Oh, I will tell you something about new technology. I forgot. Okay, that will take another 5 minutes. Okay, what is this AI? Okay, what is machine learning? Everybody talks about how it can help. The question arises in you. Any of you? Huh? Okay. According to any one of you, now tell me what you think is AI, what is machine learning. Can you give the mic to any one of them? Anyone tell first, then I will continue from there. Where is the mic? Thank you. Anybody? Somebody tell, na? What you understand by AI right now? Don't worry about. You heard the word AI? Raise the hand, all of you. Who all heard the word? Who all heard machine language? Okay. What other word you have heard? Tell me. What other word you have heard? Cast, tell me now, please. What is wrong in it?
Chat GPT. Chat GPT.
Chat GPT.
Yes.
Chat GPT. Okay, fine. Next one. We used to call AI. I remember first time I came into this artificial intelligence world in 1981. Okay, it's a story, it's truth what happened. 1981, there is a group of people we didn't call AI, we call expert systems. Okay, they are called expert system, not artificial intelligence. Because those days, the team, old people, we are all old people, thought there's nothing can be artificial intelligence, there can be only expert systems. And now if you ask me the reply, I'll come back afterwards. Before that, I will tell you what was that project about. This, combine harvesters. Class is a company which makes combine harvesters in Germany. So I visited there. So they make robots first. They are the first one to use robots for spot welding. Because a lot of patra hai udhar, okay? Lot of sheets are welded together. So spot welding. So some place here is not welded. One small camera, not there's the CCD camera, there's a different camera, but it identified. Suppose not welded, what to do? So somebody put a program, move 5 centimeters away and put a welding. If it's not welded properly, 5 centimeters away. Example I'm telling. Oh, 5 centimeter right side I cannot go. Oh, move it upwards 5 centimeters and put. Up also I cannot go. Come down. This is one idea to make a spot welding. This is called expert system. There are given different set of rules. A set of rules are given when you face a certain situation. So a machine works, it faces a certain situation. Options are given based on different inputs and it selects them. This is expert system. And this is the same thing as machine learning. It's a set of rules. Machine learning, actually you define the set of rules and it goes, but then it will see automatically. When you move right here, for example, on this plate, it knows, previously also I moved right, it worked, but that machine is different. For that machine, this place also I have to move like this. So it takes copies the knowledge from the top, another machine. It compares. Understood what I mean? When I made some food, somebody didn't like only they like chapati, okay? So next time a Sardar comes, I know Sardar will like chapati, okay? Something like that joke, I'm telling you an example. The Madrasi comes, will like rice, karke, whatever may be, you decide as a cook. So similar, that's AI is a set of whatever you call the possibilities, you write it down, and then this is the one, machine learning. Then have you heard about mathematics? Good, you know mathematics, all of you studied. You know integration, differentiation, derivatives. Okay, these are all the basics mathematics. If you don't know, you can't do anything of AI, actually AI. That's a deep diving, deep learning technique, what they call. So what do you do? These possibilities, you go on different type of layers you're applying and see which is the best one comes out, which has a least error. You're expected this one, this much comes. So it's all based on set of rules and it remembers a lot of data. Deep diving means go deep and see the knowledge. I remember this food tasted, when I was in Thailand, okay? Okay, this is what your mind says, correct? Similar. So neural network, I think neural network is correct word in mathematics if you understand. So it's a bit high tech for you, but you must understand neural networking required for deep learning or artificial intelligence, okay? Now, which means how to write a program? Addition. Addition means add then. Multiplication here and here, division here. So I know the routines, I keep the routines correct. Now somebody comes and tells, I want to multiply two numbers, 2 and 3 in ChatGPT, okay? He will go and find plus symbol. So plus program, he will copy and put it here. So it's one of the companies called as ChatGPT. So he says chat. So another one, Google also has got one more product. like that. You know the name. All of you Google very much, so you know that also. So these are all for you. See, it was doing already. When you Google, you Google any item before you are getting a text, correct? Now it is getting formatted. Frankly speaking, okay, who have used Google for all browsers for last 40 years, you will know it is just getting formatted. Not no getting hype about it, okay? But certain added features for the programmers, it gives the source code to you, okay? Now, all these things, code you want to write without understanding what is code, there are different languages created. A language, who want to learn programming, I can teach you very simple, very simple. A equal to B, A equal to 2, they are called assignment statement. A program, any programming language should have an assignment statement. Second one, conditional statement. If A is greater than 10, if temperature greater than 20, turn on the fan. If humidity greater than 50, turn on the fan. If then else, this is conditional statements. So you have set of conditional statement. So first is assignment statement. This is equal, this storage place equal to this much, then conditional statements. Third one is iteration statements. Iterations means do it repeatedly. For I equal to 1 to 10. You go on doing from 1 tree to 10 tree. For tree number 1 to 10. Okay. Count the fruits. Okay. Take the weight. This is the program I'm telling. Okay. So count the fruit, take the weight. This is the program. I put in a for loop, iteration. So I'm telling somebody to do it so many times. Only these three are there. Any programming language, only this much. But there are different ways how you keep it. So I think you can learn very easily the programming if you have interest, probably in a week's time. You know, school children learn programming today. 10th standard students, they have syllabus. Why you can't learn? Don't say I'm afraid of this. That is sickening of us. We are professionals going to be tomorrow. Spend that 1 week time to understand. You understand at least concept, how the programs are written. Then only you understand packages. Python comes one of the top levels when you come. For networking you will use. So everyone has a functionality. Like every books you have studied also has a different. Like if you said botany, it's a different. Zoology, it's a different. Same way you go here also different. Each one, each language has some advantage. But you can use any language to write the same program. It's a question of easiness and reusing the code others have written. That's all. So don't be afraid of programming. I don't know. Fear is the first problem. Remove that. Common sense if you have. See, computer science, I always call them common sense. If you don't have common sense, you don't have computer science. And 90% of computer science guys will be arrogant also, show you that they know something. It is same like with you, na? With you also, horticulturists, you will also behave like that. So this is natural. So we should forget that. We should try to learn real, what is this word of? Big data. It's another one used word. You have heard big data. Big data is, of course, only mainly suitable for agriculture. We are using already in logistics, agriculture logistics is be using. It's already started using in India, logistics. Like TAFE is using already. And some other companies are using also what is big data? In agriculture, everything is huge amount of data. You take a picture of a plant, it's a huge amount of data. Okay, you think about a field, it's a huge amount of data. So this data, how to store it? You must have studied about RDBMS, relational database, Oracle, like that, okay? They are not really geared to handle this much volume of data. So there were some algorithms, some programs written to manage this. So that's called big data. So it's not a big stuff for you to worry about. So you must know where to apply. Big data, where all you want to have. Even genetics, you can use it. Huge amount of database, you want to keep it. Pest management, somebody told, yes, you can use it. Huge. Somebody talks about weather forecasting, is of course useful. So you must understand, read about that technology, understanding big data stores huge amount of data and to manipulate. You can do data mining, you go deep inside and find out data. That is what big data. So you see whether you have such an issue, then you can use that. Then you read more about it, who is working on it, and they will help you. That's how an agronomist can work on this also, or whatever it is, discipline. You cannot go on lead the whole books, but you must understand basic idea. AI, I told you what is deep learning. If you understood what is deep learning, very simple neural networks, it goes on. That much is enough for you. Then you catch a guy who is an expert and where it is applicable. Because those guys don't know where the application, your application. The biggest hurdle we are facing is, I can challenge you, an electronic engineer can never make any machine that works on the field because he doesn't have agriculture idea. They will fail. They will fail 10 times. It's not never. It makes a lot of trial and error method. But when you are with him, it's a first shot because you have cooperation. And you don't know about technology. So you understand that much technology, what is it used for? Like what email used, you know, all those things. So you learn these terminologies also. Spend some time. I think it should do. Fine. Any other? It's a vast area. So any other things you want me to cover, or sorry, time is over, long back I told you. No questions? Madam also not there. Close it. Fine. Continue 5 10 minutes. Okay. So I'm becoming a politician now. Oh, no. No, it's so much now. The any area, any question. One question comes, will be useful to you. I want to help you. Government policies. Okay. He's asking a question about how to deal with government policies, with organic especially. I know about this. I think if you have gone through certification through website, there are some sites they give. One site I know also, they will come and do it. No, but inside there are many agencies which gives you. But one agency I know also, they promise me they will not take much money. It's also the money you have to pay to get that certification. According to my knowledge, the government is changing these policies. It has made the policy first, changing it. But if you ask me as a normal person, it's too much high. People start growing organic just to make money, okay, so that they get more money. But whether they're really organic or not is a different question to ask. I ask even the doubt, one agency sitting in somewhere in Delhi, how it can find out in Assam, somewhere in Sejpur, some one village produces organic. How accurate the data will be. This is my question. It's only a trust. It goes on. So I know I've been there. People ask me this question. We ask the question. People are government. So you cannot blame the government. See, this question is easy. The answer is too complex. But at least one positive what I see is people started using organic and they started understanding organic farming or natural farming. Let me put that way. Organic is one part of natural farming. You cannot, organic means don't use the word. I think word is like conservation agriculture, natural farming, organic farm. They're all misused words, somewhere mixed together because everybody, residue, for example, that's conservation agriculture. So everything joined together, you see, now, as much as natural you do it. Unless it's required, don't. Dekho, daily you are taking Disprin? Huh? Why? He is taking Disprin. You're not taking Disprin? This is Disprin and normally taken to blood thinner, okay? Headache also they use. So he is taking because he has heart problem. You need not take it, right? Understood? Same way plant also. This plant needs medicine, so give it. Why you want to give it to everyone else? Not required. So that is the biggest problem we are facing. We are over fertilizing. To certain estimates, more than 50% we are over fertilizing and over water also. Maharashtra lost a lot of crop. The water productivity is low, went low because of they have rains, too much rains, plus they had drip irrigation last year. Okay, drip irrigation they give because they farmer ka sabka nahi. Some farmers think pani acha hai, acha nahi hai. Too much of anything is bad. So water conservation, water is something you should ask. 90% water we use in agriculture, only 3% for human being. Why we require? बच्चा लोग का बोल नल बंद करने को बोलते हैं, किसान का बोलते हैं नल बंद करने के लिए, नहीं? 3% is human consumption, 90% is agriculture wastage, water, Why we are talking? And US uses 35%, China uses 50% water in agriculture. Why we use 90%? It was 80% before 10 years. It's all government record. You can just find out the whole details from there. So I think we should work on water saving, first priority. Second, it automatically yields will increase. And second one is use less chemicals. Only bimar padega dega. And you know, we have soil cards, health cards. You know, throughout India and Maharashtra, I've seen a lot of farmers. Like today, we talked about soil salinity and sodic soil problem. We have, I don't know, 20% of soil in India will be saline affected by, it was predicted 2025. Okay, 2025 will be 20% of soil. Already I know in Kolhapur side, may almost 5 to 6% gone. That's because of Punjab gone, Haryana gone, lot of land. Salinity has come because of fertilizers. But whereas you have sodic soils in Maharashtra, 5 states, where salt is there down there. Further, gypsum is one of the options, which suggests gypsum is not available for us. I told them fly ash. Fly ash is coming from all the power plants. This was research was done by Akola, everything scientists. I put them together, still nothing is moving. Nothing is moving. Nobody listens there. Fly ash is the only solution available to us to treat those soils with 8.7 pH. Okay, we are talking about pH level, you know, 8.7, 8.5. You have to use somewhere gypsum. You cannot grow anything on that. But till 7.8, 8 also chalega. People are using 7.8, no 8, no, they are not salinity. People are using it. But some of the lands, really, Maharashtra will have problem of salinity problem because overuse of fertilizer. So that's where I like the organic, what people told. So less fertilizer is required and burning must be stopped. In still Maharashtra also burning is their cotton stalks. And a lot of work done on cotton stalks to make them edible by some treatment also. And people are crazy about hyperspectral camera, everything. Do you know what is hyperspectral cameras? What is the cameras? Oh, very nice. I think one day you need technology. Because there are videos. There is something. Write it down. These are all available in videos to you. This is a personal passion video of ISAE. Okay, it's nothing with commercial. Okay, youtube.com/@automation in agriculture. You will find probably about right now should be around 200 speakers throughout the world speaking on different topics. Conservation agriculture. youtube.com/automation in agriculture. Automation in agriculture, one line. All small letters. This was during lockdown. I started to ISAE people I collected and then throughout the world to call the people to be engaged instead of their all. So that became CA, UA, urban agriculture. So it's only experts talking. In that first session, I given electronics also separately, complete topics about census. There you will find some of them. Next time when I meet, I think probably we'll give some session. For example, what do you see WebGR? Okay, WebGR, rainbow color, correct? That you see already. So infrared is one which gives heat. Ultraviolet is the one where you go for when you beach and all sun beach, you lie down, ultralight waves come, or you want to. That is ultralight side. Okay. Still beyond that and ultralight, you don't know. There are waves beyond that. This is called spectrum. What we know, correct? Hyperspectrum is the one which is down there. Okay. With that frequency, many things can be done. The hyperspectral is not only with lights, it's also with the radio waves also. Okay. So you have different radio waves also penetrating different radio waves. You can, for example, predict water is available at 50 foot down the ground or not from satellite. So that is what it is. But what is missing here is we are very poor in finding the demand and supply. I suggested about 7 years back this. You see, how do you grow a crop? You're a farmer. Who is the father? Whose father is a farmer here? Somebody raised. Okay, how your father selects a crop? If he knows, suppose your farmer is onion farmer. He select in a cell phone app I gave onion. It shows every farmer is growing onion. Will you grow? Will you grow? On it, everybody is growing, it shows. Will you grow? How you will grow? Then what price you will get? Wrong reply. If I come to know everybody, whole district is growing, I will not grow. Because agreed. No, but if you have app, you will not do. No, you don't have an app today. No, listen, wait. I will listen to you afterwards. Just wait a minute. My question was to bring some other point. I will listen to you afterwards. So, if you have an app where I put brinjal or where I put this one, I should be able to get the approximate. Today I get different value. Tomorrow again I will put. Everybody will put like that, correct? This is an app. So, I will know automatically how many people are growing this particular crop. Then automatically prediction can be done. What is it? Demand we know already. Indian population doesn't increase every day by 100%, okay? So we can expect the demand to be calculated. But supply we can see, at least farmers can choose what they want. Today farmers are choosing because seed kahan milta hai, wo use karta hai. Most of the farmers. Because seed kahan milega leke aao seed dal do. Fertilizer kahan milega, kaun loan pe deyega fertilizer, unko dukan wala ka paas le lo dalta. So this issue has to be somewhere solved, can be done. But again, every agency, I talked to NABARD this actually, I made a big presentation. But I think this can be done only by government and state agencies, but it never took. They told we are doing a different direction, like for example, even for fertilizer subsidy, you have to have your Aadhaar card, then only you get a subsidy, okay? But then it's not linked. So I told fertilizer subsidy, fertilizer deta hai, is it linked to health card? It's not linked. So if some soil is weak in urea requires, then only I'll give urea, na? Why the hell you have to give subsidy for urea to the soil which is not, it's more logical, but that is not done. It has been, I have expressed this, but this complication is there. There are a lot of, government is doing a lot of work. We are sitting outside and talking. But I think what I want to mention is, policy changes. You are the guys going to go tomorrow make the policies. You visit the farmers and talk to them. Organic farming, you do it for your own soil, not just only for money. Money also you will get. There's a byproduct, extra money. But you look for extra money, only you will give because of organic product. That's a wrong concept. Farmer must bother about his seed. Your father is doing kheti. Your son also must do, na? Or he must be able to get something out of it. Jamin bech ke jana wala hai tum log? वही प्रॉब्लम. अब सब लोग फार्मर नहीं जाएगा. किसान लोग बोलता है नहीं जाने का, मुझे मरने तक करेगा. 90% of kisan, more than that. I have met whom I have met at least. So that is where the Kisan's power out there. They are not bothered about much about money and all. It's only traders and others are bothered. So we have to change them. We have to solve their basic problems. I think about your agriculture studying because to solve the farmer's problem, like he told. We don't take anything. One is farmer's problem, and that is one is information for the farmer to improve or to give some advantage to the farmer. Okay, that's what in short he told. So that's what we have to do. You have no questions. That there you are talking. You can give something your opinion. The last bench there. Any suggestion? Because I'm seeing for more than 1 hour. Any questions you have or any suggestions?
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, I have one doubt. Actually, you already told that if you don't care about your own farm or your own land, then how can I do?
Yes.
Actually, we do care for our land, but the main problem we face as we are students, when we try to tell our parents, do this instead of this, don't use chemical fertilizer, use a natural fertilizer instead of that, but they didn't convince. So the main problem is that.
Okay. Very easy. You stay, you be with them in holiday. How many days you spend time with him in the farm? घर जा रहा है बराबर. कितना दिन farm में गया?
No sir, during Corona, I was there.
Corona time.
That time I used some technology.
Now, okay, how to do that? Now, you know that. But how to do that, you tell me. How will you, suppose I am your father. I am actually elder than your father. Don't worry. Tell me I am your father. I have a farm. You come and tell me again, like conversation, you tell me, please use natural. बेटी कहाँ मिलता है? बोलो क्या करने का मैं?
That's the problem, sir.
नहीं मैं बोलता हूँ अभी आप बोलो उसका जवाब है आपका बस जवाब हो जाएगा ना then you can convince him. Okay. The question is very easy. I told him means you put the problem to him. Okay. You give a solution. So you tell him which crop he has to grow and which crop will give him natural, or where he will get the cow dung from, or whatever it is, source. Your father knows there is no source. इसलिए बोलते हैं बेटी का आपको क्या मालूम जाओ, ऐसा बोला हुआ है. Because most of the time it happens, father will love daughters especially, okay? And why he would have told, probably my judgment is, you didn't give a solution. So you tell me now what is a solution for you in your farm. Think about it. Not now. I don't think you have a solution. Tell me which crop he has to grow, intercropping, that can be used as a manure. Or what is the soil health card of your farm? What is the pH? What is the nutrition level? You must read those things, okay? If you read it and told him use only this much fertilizer, then I think it's excellent. Then your father doesn't agree, I will come to the place. You get number, no, I will come. I will convince him, I will come with a big team to convince him. That's my, because if I do one farmer, na, there are 100 farmers will do automatically. That I know already.
Yes, sir.
They are very good. So farmers don't think they are like city people like us, educated, trying to show off. If it works, they are the first one to adopt, they will do everybody. So ho jayega. Very good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Very good boy. You want something to share? Where the robots can be used in Indian farms? Where we need robots, tell me. In Maharashtra farm में कहाँ चाहिए robot? Suppose you want to go to the field, which operation you don't want to do? कौन के पास cotton है? Cotton कौन को? कपास? हाँ. Harvesting करेगा आप? नहीं. उसको रोबोट चाहिए. बराबर? Agreed? वही बोल रहे ना, आप नहीं करेगा. नेक्स्ट क्या करे? कपास में क्या है? दूसरा वीडिंग. अरे यार, वीडिंग भी नहीं करने का तैयार नहीं. अभी रोबोट बना दो. वो ओके. सोयाबीन. I am asking questions to you. You only know the answers. सोयाबीन. हार्वेस्टर चाहिए. है हार्वेस्टर. अभी परबनी का वैरायटी है ना, मैं बोलता हूँ परबनी का वैरायटी थोड़ा ऊपर आता है. मालूम है आपका? मुझे कैसा मालूम पड़ा? परबनी की वैरायटी थोड़ा 2 साल कुछ हुआ, 2 साल 3 साल हुआ. उसके पहले बहुत प्रॉब्लम था. Okay, I don't know the number. I think that is the, but I know that's what I used to remember. The application and where it is, not the numbers details, okay, because my memory is less. So that number I can pick up very easily. Now, harvester, yes, cutter only they use. Harvester is not affordable. They are available. Multi-grain harvester karke, I have seen. Somebody has supplied, and you also supplied, I think, with. आप किया है, मालूम है. But it's not popular because very expensive again, and it's not tested. Recently, I have seen none of the multi-grain harvester working in the field in the last 2 years, but I have seen them standing. Okay, they told we'll use next season karke. So it's recent. So we are not going to ask questions. So maybe they are using. I'm not aware of it, but it's not in before 5 years. So it will come now. So but दूसरा क्या सोयाबीन में weeding कैसा कर रहा है? Why manual? इतना बड़ा साइंटिस्ट सब बैठा है, मैनुअल क्यों करने का? हाँ? Why you removed all the bunds in soybean and field and all, ना? बंडे नहीं है, कुछ भी बंड नहीं है, क्यों? वो गलत है ना यार. बंडे नहीं है, कहाँ पे जाएगा तो? It becomes really surprising. Bund removed, and bund you can put bamboos. Why you must go and tell your 50%. 50 farmers ka students are here for me. So 50 fields I want to see on bunds, bamboo, other trees to be grown. Next time I come, I will ask this question. Okay, because I have got all your names recorded in the YouTube. Already is there. So, so you can't escape from me. So I did that exercise to capture all of you. So because we should do it. I think you should. There's something good that you should do it. No? What do you think? Yes, I think we should go home and think about what I told. We should be the change. We cannot say they must do, government should do. We should do as much as possible by us. And where we cannot, we ask questions. We ask them, they will help. There are people who want to help when you come forward also. So How many people know how to drive a tractor here? Raise your hands. Who can drive a tractor? Tractor, how many of you? 1, 2, 2 less, yeah, 4 only. Arey, you should try to drive a tractor. Tractor नहीं चलेगा तो कैसा transport कैसा करेगा? And with multi-axle, you have to take 2 axle trailer and then park it. Then only you know agriculture. You can't talk about it. Oh, how will you transport? You know the problem of transport? In UP and Haryana, mandis made the roads, farm roads. Whereas Maharashtra, mandis didn't make. We don't have farm roads many places. So this is not an easy solution to change unless you local people want to do something. So, but they have done a good thing now, linking all the major roads. You know, you've got highways coming up in Maharashtra. So then next stage slowly will come. Or you village people have to go join together, do something. That's the reason one of the problem of, I've seen some remote villages where you can't even transport vehicles cannot go. It's a problem, but it's not the same in Punjab and Haryana. So you can't compare both the places, correct? Crops also. In Punjab, Haryana, use of water is very high. Oh, really, underground water. Isliye you got a cancer express, everything coming from. So this is another problem. Underground water, never use it. I'm always against it. The water below the soil doesn't belong to human beings. I believe very strongly. Catch the water where it falls. For example, in Latur or somewhere, one farmer has made 1 acre land. 1 acre he made a pond, which can supply to the whole village. 1 crore is the cost. It's about 4 years back I saw. In videos I saw, but it's true also verify. Afterwards, certain universities, somebody trying to make ponds, rainwater storage, and there are a lot of pond structure taken for climate resilience. Because you cannot, saline water, you cannot pump from down. Sodic soil, you cannot pump water from ground. If you pump water, then again only salt will come up. And so you cannot do that. So we don't recommend any water pumping on saline sodic soils. So you have to use normal water. So what do you use? Have the farm pond. So farm ponds are very successful. So underground water, Maharashtra's many parts, 100 foot, say a bit 200 foot ho gaya. Within, I asked, only this all we are asking questions to them. They say within 10 years, mein 100 feet niche gaya. But some places it's worse actually. Punjab, Haryana, solar pumping. Farmer wanted solar pumping. Morning चालू होता है 5:30-6 बजे pump, शाम को 5 बजे बंद होता है. How long sun is there? Whole water pumping out. So this was an issue solved again. But this water is another problem, storing water. Don't use water pumps. Try to advise always. Think about it, read about it. पानी बाहर से ऊपर से नीचे आता है बराबर. And we waste almost 40% of the water goes in wastage to the sea. By 60% we use some of them is stored, recharging, but 40% goes as a waste. This is all statistics. And you can't build dams. You cannot build a dam and carry water for 50 kilometers. We don't do that. So your river, nearby river also, it's all with saline soil, saline water. You know that, na? Purna River Basin. This is one particular area, Purna River Basin, whole 5 districts which covers. It has that issue. So you must read about all the topics what I told about salinity, all those things. Whether it's why I have to study salinity, I am a horticulturist. Don't think like that, because it's a problem actually. When you want to grow in that particular area, even control around agriculture, maybe some crops you want to grow down, then you require salinity. So it requires to understand everything as in totality of agriculture, like a farmer thinks. A farmer cannot say, I don't know about irrigation. Okay, I know only about agronomy. He cannot say a farmer. Okay, he cannot say, I know only about tractor. I don't know about this. So why we separate ourselves? And you youngsters have to. So in short, I'll conclude now. Rule number 1: every 3 months you have to go to the farmer and spend 2 weeks. 2 weeks. This I proposed to every vice chancellor also to go every 6 months. But your vice chancellor is going. I know already. He is going to the field. I told vice chancellor must go every 6 months for about a week without telling he is vice chancellor and stay in farmer's place. Sorry, just out of curiosity I'm telling, because then only today we saw the farmers' problems. What he told, is it reflected in the research work done? No. You yourself, you saw it. So something is missing somewhere. We are not doing. You told me about farmers' problem today in Maharashtra, and you are telling now nothing work is done by the institute. So I think you have to. Who is responsible? You are also responsible. We cannot blame he is responsible. We will do together. I think that is the approach youngsters you must learn. In pointing one finger, Bible says pointing one finger, that side means another 3 fingers pointing towards you. So I think let us stop that blame game. Let us start understanding that we have to work for farmers, like he started today topic. He told he doesn't take any project that will not help farmers. And that's Americans, not Indians. Okay, and we sitting in India, we are not doing that. So I think we should do that, correct? Yeah.
How many of you have visited foreign country? Please stand up. Students. Because sir and Dr. Sharda is newer to the last discussion. So you can come and talk, just. I will call one by one. Sangram, you start from yourself. एक्सप्रेशन काय फटफट कोण मोदी बाहेर बच्चे जा तुम्ही.
First of all, good afternoon to one and all. Myself, Sangram Wandekar, and I am a PhD student in second year, 4th semester from College of Food Technology, VNMQ Parbani. And last month, means the day before yesterday, I visited University of Debrecen in Debrecen, Hungary. So just I would like to first of all give the big thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Dr. Indramani, and PI of this NAHE project, Dr. Gopal Shinde Sir, for providing us this opportunity to visit such a beautiful campus there. So I want to share some experience like that. Basically, I am a food technologist and I have to work on waste utilization. So I got the opportunity to work on that there. So I learned the different types of technologies that are available with them. So how can we help to farmers as well as food processing industries to reduce the waste and utilize this waste in a value addition. So it is a very new experience to me. And also I have visited the precision farming. So I learned that one thing is very important. All the farming and agriculture sector is under the surveillance of government. So the farmers are too much rich than our Indian politicians. So they are giving respect to the farmers. So all we have to also respect our farmers, and we have, as agricultural students, so we have to make some new innovative things that we can create for our farmers. So this is a very big challenge for us. And almost this international workshop and the various talks on this workshop will help to us. Also, we visited the different types of industries, like wine industry visit is there, different types of research innovation centers are there. So it is also very good experience to us. Also visited atomic centers, how the nuclear energy is created, how that nuclear energy is helpful in the processing, preservation and value addition. So this is overall the experience. Just I would like to once again thanks for this. And we have also given some suggestions, as well as we have requested their dean to get a MOU with our university. So it will definitely help to upcoming students and also all our university students. Thank you.